happy everything. And Tomi, great to see you.
Good to be on the East Coast.
Yeah, I can't wait for the commercials where we can like catch up.
I enjoy being here in your humidity.
Oh, no. It doesn't even look like it. I mean, your hair is perfection.
Thank
I
you.
think she
just
had some
can't
help
move.
with that.
Just can't move, and then we're good. But yes, no, it's good to be on your coast.
All right, let's get to it. The president sounding themes familiar to those we heard.
Yeah.
So, Tom, how can it be both ways? So some people need to be persuaded, but
of someone who's not talking down to me, who's real, who's...
Anything I want to do, they're going to block it. I think that's another good message. And I think that the tone in the country, the idea that,
All that we're focusing on, the president promised things like a new health care plan. There's no health care plan. The Republicans have never delivered on that.
I agree with Jessica in that you only need that little slice. The smartest thing Mitt Romney ever said in the last campaign was the thing he got in trouble for.
another part of the conversation. So that's something that we are going to have to get to. Tomi?
I think you...
Elections where everybody
held the
forgotten or
Senate.
unforgotten. You held the Senate. I mean, come on.
All right,
You
we
didn't
gotta
pick up
scoot.
John Tester.
We'll revisit.
To make it a slogan, it's you know, he can have America first, and then he can also remind everyone socialism is bad. I do think they're going too far to the left, but
Student debt, things like that. I mean, do you think Democrats are doing a decent job explaining?
I don't like these big houses.
No?
I'm not turned on by them. I would not be jealous of a guy's big house. Maybe his car, maybe his grill. Things like that I'm going to be jealous of. He's moving to North Carolina. Tell me to stop.
Well, in the cities, liberals
know.
like cities.
You can want all those things and not have to live in something that it takes, you know, the entire family to clean on a Saturday afternoon.
What is their message? Is that we don't want the government to tell us how to what we can buy and what we can't buy? Are they saying we don't take the guns away from the good guys because of one or two bad guys? What is their message?
Something a lot of people probably just tuned in to see if he would. Right. But regarding whether or not Congress and the president get anything done, you know, aside from the Democrats, they all say something needs to be done. You know, there's a poll out, came out this week. Most Americans want to see Congress pass gun restrictions. So if most of America wants that to happen, what do the Republicans do?
Well, they don't know what assault weapons are because they still think AR-15 stands for assault rifle, and it does not. I encourage them to Google that if they're unsure. But I could say right now that I feel like you are mentally unstable because you are on Fox News and take your guns, and then after the fact you go through the due process. So red flag laws without due process, and they can never really guarantee that.
Tomi, thank you very much. She was up really late last night doing live coverage. You can catch Tomi on No Interruptions on Fox Nation. Go to foxnation.com if you'd like more information, or go to the App Store and download it today.
You do not keep your hand up the whole time, though, right?
No, I like to keep it
you
not
just,
like the Bernie.
Right? Yeah.
Constant.
Yeah, he cannot. Yeah, he cannot speak without moving his hands. Tomi can.
It's more like this.
Yes.
Yeah. Thanks,
The
Tomi.
imaginary
Good to see you.
bouncing ball.
Go get some sleep, honey. All right, 30 minutes after the top of the hour. What are voters in Houston saying this morning about last night's debate?
Again, it's this feeling of you want to be a victim. People want other people to feel like victims. It becomes problematic, and that's something that attention needs to be drawn to. What about socialism? Is that something that people openly talk about on this campus and fantasize about? Is that something that you're really seeing? I haven't heard from you. Socialism, is that something that you think is becoming a prominent way of thinking on? Do any of you push back on any of the narratives that they throw at you? Because I find when I speak to liberals that a lot of them are not really passionately liberal, they're just passionately ignorant on the issues. Do you take the time to push back?
In a class where we were, it was covering all types of political theory, and one thing, because it's important to study it, is we read excerpts of the Communist Manifesto.
Are we living in the twilight zone? How did we get here?
I just learned last semester that we feature...
Any of you have a professor that you feel is conservative?
I had one that I was real on the fence about, could never decide. And to me, that was awesome.
So Brandon doesn't live in California, but he's considering moving to California. By the crowd. So he asked me, you know, Tomi, you live in California. Can you live here? Can you manage it here? are people mean to you? How do they receive you? And I'm like, Brandon, you live in New York. So basically it's the same thing for you, and you probably pay about the same in taxes, so move somewhere where it's warm. So that's really my advice. Instead, if you're coming from Texas and you're like, hey, do I want to give all my tax dollars to illegal immigrants and, a secondary excise tax on gasoline, I would say maybe not. But since you're from New York, you get the gist. But so Brandon and I have been friends for a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of when you burst on the scene, I took note, obviously, of what you're doing because it's very close to my heart. And Walk Away, I think, is such a strong message. So for those that aren't familiar with Walk Away, I know everyone's probably seen the video, but you got the inspiration while you were jogging. You said, I want to make this video. I want to talk about why I'm leaving the Democratic Party and the left.
Yes.
What is, at its core, what is Walk Away?
So for anyone who doesn't know, I spent my whole life as a liberal, and I voted Democrat my entire adult life. I think largely the reason why is because I'm a gay man, and I fell for the slick marketing of the Democratic Party, which is that if you're a minority, you're a victim, and that you're hated on the right. The Republican Party doesn't want you. You don't have a seat at the table of conservatism. And so I didn't even really spend much time ever getting to know what conservatism was about. I didn't want to know the Republican